Look at her. She is the definition of perfection, the Victorian ideal. Her skin is as white as marble, her eyes are wide and sparkling, and she is draped in the most stunning shade of emerald green you have ever seen. When she walks into a ballroom, the music stops. Men fall in love instantly. Women burn with jealousy. She looks like a queen, or perhaps a goddess of spring. But what if I told you that everything you're looking at is a crime scene, that the dress hugging her waist is slowly poisoning her blood, that the powder on her face is eating away at her skin, and those sparkling eyes are blind to the danger? She isn't just a victim of fashion, darling. She is walking evidence of a history written in arsenic. This is the story of how the world's most beautiful women dressed to kill. To understand why they did it, you have to understand the world they lived in. Imagine London in the 1860s. Outside, it was gray, smoggy, industrial. The sky was often the color of charcoal. And then there was this color, Shields green, Paris green. It wasn't just a color, it was a revelation. It didn't just sit there, it glowed. Under the newly invented gas lamps of the grand ballrooms, a woman wearing this green didn't just blend in, she shone like a jewel. You would have wanted one. I would have wanted one. It was the ultimate status symbol. To wear this dress was to say, I am modern, I am wealthy, I am vital. The dye was cheap to make, but the look was priceless. But this beauty had a secret ingredient. To get that vibrant, unearthly green, chemists used copper arsenite. Arsenic. Lots of it. A single ball gown could contain enough poison to kill a dozen men. And as she danced, as she swirled across the floor in the arms of her lover, the dress would shed. Invisible dust. A toxic cloud of arsenic floating around her like perfume. She was breathing it in. Her partner was breathing it in. She was literally a femme fatale, killing softly with every step she took. But the danger didn't stop at the wardrobe door. Oh no. Come sit with me at her vanity table. This was her sanctuary, the place where the ideal woman was constructed, layer by toxic layer. In the Victorian era, looking healthy was common. To be tanned meant you worked in the fields, but to be pale, to look almost sickly, fragile and translucent, that was the height of aristocracy. They called it consumption chic. To get that ghostly pallor, they didn't just stay out of the sun. They painted themselves with lead. Yes, lead. It smoothed the complexion beautifully, erasing every flaw, every freckle. But slowly, it seeped into the pores. It caused gray lines on the gums, headaches that wouldn't go away, and a wrist that felt too weak to hold a teacup. And the eyes, the windows to the soul, they had to be large, luminous, like a doe caught in the headlights. To achieve this, they used belladonna, deadly nightshade. Just a drop, darling. It paralyzed the muscles in the eye, forcing the pupil open. It made her look bewildered and innocent. It also made her go blind. Imagine the irony. She is dressing to be seen, yet she can barely see the world around her. She is painting herself to look alive, using the very things that ensure she won't live to see old age. We often think of the rich ladies as the victims, and they were. But the real tragedy wasn't just in the ballrooms. It was in the back rooms. Fashion has always had a price, and someone has to pay it. The artificial flowers that adorned these arsenic dresses, someone had to paint them. Young girls, the flower makers, they dipped the fabric into the green poison with their bare hands. They dusted the leaves with arsenic powder so they would sparkle under the chandeliers. Rumors started to swirl. Doctors began to whisper. They called it the Arsenic Waltz. They found that a single artificial flower on a woman's headdress contained enough arsenic to kill 20 people. And yet, the women kept wearing them. Why? Why would you wear something you knew might kill you? Because in a world where a woman's only power was her beauty, fading into the background was a fate worse than death. To be invisible was to be nothing. To be green was to be a queen. Eventually, the poison always wins. It started with fatigue, then the fainting spells, which everyone just attributed to the tight corsets. But then came the sores, the hair loss, the slow, creeping weakness. The Victorian era was obsessed with the beautiful death. They romanticized fading away, and in a cruel twist of fate, their vanity gave them exactly what they wanted. They became the tragic heroines of their own lives. We look back at them now and we shudder. We think, how could they be so foolish? But are we so different? We inject poison into our faces to freeze time. We endure surgery for the perfect silhouette. The tools change, the poisons change, but the desire to be the most beautiful thing in the room, that is eternal. They left behind a legacy of breathtaking beauty. Museums are full of these emerald gowns kept behind glass, still so toxic that conservators have to handle them with gloves and masks today. They are beautiful, deadly, and quiet. So, the next time you sacrifice comfort for style, just remember the Victorian ladies in their poison dresses and ask yourself, what price are you paying for perfection?